Once upon a time, there was a monk who was walking through the forest when he saw a scorpion drowning in a puddle of water. The monk felt compassion for the scorpion and reached down to pick it up. However, just as he was about to do so, the scorpion stung him. The monk cried out in pain and dropped the scorpion back into the puddle. He then continued on his way, but the pain from the scorpion's sting was so severe that he could barely walk. A little while later, the monk came across a group of other monks who were also walking through the forest. The monks saw that the monk was in pain and asked him what had happened. The monk told them about the scorpion and how it had stung him. The other monks were shocked and angry. They wanted to go back and kill the scorpion for stinging their friend. However, the monk who had been stung stopped them. He said, "The scorpion stung me because it is in its nature. It is not the scorpion's fault. I should not have picked it up in the first place." The other monks were surprised by the monk's compassion and forgiveness. They realized that the monk had taught them a valuable lesson about letting go of anger and resentment. Moral of the story. This story teaches us that we should not hold on to anger and resentment, even when we have been wronged. It is important to remember that everyone is acting out of their own nature, and that we should not take things personally. We should also be careful not to judge others, because we do not know their full story. The monk in the story is a great example of someone who is able to let go of anger and resentment. He understands that the scorpion stung him because it is in its nature, and he does not blame it. He also does not allow his anger to consume him. Instead, he chooses to forgive the scorpion and move on. This story is a reminder that we have the power to choose how we react to difficult situations. We can choose to hold on to anger and resentment, or we can choose to let go and forgive. If we choose to let go, we will be much happier and more peaceful.